Welcome, welcome. I'm Dee, and this is the Unguided Life where I am taking it one day at a time, bringing you guys along for the journey to hold me accountable as I budget my way through life. We need to check in on our budget. It is week 3, and we need to see where we're at, okay? Because we're close to closing out the month, and we want to close the month out on a good note. So when I am checking in on my budget, the first thing I look at is the monthly budget overview. As stated before, it's because it talks about my goals, it talks about the income I was expected to receive, and it lists the expenses I'm expected to pay out with the amounts. So week 3 goes from, I'm finna say September, from February 11th to February 17th. So I just look at the bills and just make sure all of the bills have checks in. And one does not, but I know that it has cleared my account, or 2 hasn't. I know they have cleared my account because one was on the credit card and the other one came out my physical account. So we are all caught up when it comes to that, as well as, yeah, I think that's it, because I didn't see when I checked the last miscellaneous expense hadn't hit my credit card, and I didn't receive an email yet. So we're good to go with that. This is income breakdown number 2. This is where I told my money what to do before it told me what to do. And this is what actually happened, okay? This is what I received. These are the expenses I paid out. This is what I sent to my discretionary categories. And we took this information and we input it here into what I refer to as a spending record for my cashless envelopes or digital envelopes. This is the 4 categories that I feel that literally bust my budget if I do not keep a grips on it. So as you can see, we are in week 3. So we need to choose another color, and I think I'm going to choose this purple, and we're going to highlight all of the transactions. For week 3. So I know that's week 3, and we're good to go with that. Another thing to notate is, why does one go back on? Is this on the wrong side? Maybe it's on the wrong side. Okay. So another thing to notate is sometimes things come out of these categories that do not hit the everyday spending category, spending credit card. So I put dots there to know that these 3 items the money needs to be transferred to that credit card to be paid off, and the other ones should reflect on the credit card that we monitor. Okay, so we're going to move this to the side, and we're going to go here to the weekly check-in sheet, and we're going to get out our pen here. We like to write the actual in red to let it know that it's been spent. It's actually gone out of the account. So when it came to bills, it looks like we paid credit card number 1, the storage, credit card number 4, the car note, the water bill, cable, electric, the phone bill, Hulu. Auto insurance hasn't come out yet. OnStar hasn't came out yet. And we have giving. We have dispersed all the money. And miscellaneous, we haven't. So the only thing that we spent out of this category so far is $1,083. Then when it comes to the food, we had our home chef order, which I didn't know was coming out. I didn't know it was coming out. I thought I canceled it, but I didn't. And so it came out, and then I had them set up to keep coming out until the promotion ends. So I know every week for the next 2 weeks that this should be coming out. So that was $33.59. Then I did go to Harris Teeter. So I went to Harris Teeter actually before I knew that Home Chef had came out, because that came out against the credit card I do not monitor. Well, I do monitor, but I don't use it every day. So I didn't know it happened until I got notification that it was processed. And I was like, what? And I already spent this. And so I'm like, okay, oh well. So I went to Harris Teeter. I purchased items not only for the week that I wasn't going to do for the week, but I also did like for some Super Bowl festivities. So yeah, so I got plenty of food. So tomorrow, Friday the 18th, when I go to set up my meal plan, I have enough to cover next week. I probably just need some fill-ins, but I probably don't. We're gonna keep it real. We need to we need to cook the stuff that's in our freezer. My freezer is actually packed and it's already small, so we need to cook those things. And then I had a taste for some pizza, but cauliflower pizza, and Harris Teeter didn't have one where I can warm myself. So I went to Blaze Pizza, and that was $12.87. And then one day I went to Chipotle, and that was $15.68. So that was $140.06. Then we have gas. I didn't spend anything out of gas. I haven't done my side gigs, and I haven't really been going anywhere, so I didn't have to spend anything out of that. I also didn't have anything personal. So I went to Sally's. I went to Sally's twice, because first it was for both of them is for me, but I went to go re-up some items I need. And then I had to go into Target for some items. And then I had to go back to Sally's because Target didn't have the other items I needed. So I'm just spending $46.43. So we're just going to minus the $13.83 minus $10.83. And that gives us $300 still needs to be accounted for, or still need to be spent, should I say. And we already went over the expenses that haven't cleared. Then we have $203.06 minus $140.06. So that buffer from last week, I'm glad I didn't say I'm going to put that towards debt, because I needed that to make sure I had the food. So that left me with $63. And I don't know how that hit right on the money, but it did. Gas is $75.39. Household, nothing. And then we have personal, $74.62 minus $46.43. So that leaves us with $28.19. Editing D here. So I interrupt the video at this point because this is where the mistake was made, and it'll make more sense if I explained it right here. So when I finished the video, I realized that the amount that I said was remaining in the envelope system account was not the amount that was listed here. So what I end up realizing is that under personal, where it has the SB for Sally Beauty, that was for $27.64. I had actually combined the two Sally Beauty transactions that you've seen or will see in the beginning. And therefore, I did not need that second transaction listed because I accounted for that. I went ahead and corrected that, and you can see I went ahead and wiped that out. And also what you will see is when we get to the weekly check-in, it'll make a lot of sense why I said that I only spent a total of $36.19, because that's what I actually spent, and what was remaining is $38.43, and I carry that over to week 4. So yeah, mistakes was made, but they were corrected. Back to the video. I'm just gonna look at my spending record and just going to verify and make sure those right. Okay, we're good to go. And then I'm going to take that $300 and I'm going to minus the expenses that hasn't cleared, such as the auto insurance, OnStar. We have the miscellaneous, and we still have that $39 that we carried over that we don't have a name to, or we haven't assigned anything. So then we're going to go and we can take these amounts and put them over here because we're not going to be adding anything for the 4th week. Now, I'm definitely going to need gas soon. Household don't have anything in it. And, I was going to write that amount down. Okay. So we're good to go with that. And then we didn't spend anything out of our unbudgeted / checking buffer. We did spend something out of Savannah. Savannah needed a good cleaning in and out. Savannah, I just didn't want the COVID vibes in her car. So I had to go get real clean, real good. And even though it rained, the wash that I chose, they came up with a new wash at the car wash that I go to, and it was still sparkling. So it was good to go. And I ended up spending $68.99. I didn't spend anything out of the Sandlot, so we're good to go with that. So this is my spend tracker for my everyday credit card. So as you can see, they all have dots now, so we can get rid of this. And the reason why they all have dots now is because I end up paying the February bill, which I wasn't going to pay it until today, but then I realized that the cutoff is the 14th, the 13th or the 14th for February, and I didn't want that large of a balance to hit because, of course, I get that fee, so I just didn't want it to go over a certain amount. So then on this spreadsheet, we can go ahead and, did I cover these already? No. I was going to say, did I cover them? That looks familiar, but no, I didn't. So we're still on this sheet because we have some unbudgeted items that we haven't cleared. But we do need to put a dot here because that has been paid. So we just have some unbudgeted on here that we need to cover, but we're not covering it today. And so as you can see, the last payment was the $55.18. I haven't did any color coding. I finally found this because I'm like, so we're going to start with what's unbudgeted first. And I'm going to turn it to the side because it's just a lot easier when I do it that way. And I see this is unbudgeted. And then we'll just talk about why these charges. The next thing we're going to go to is sinking funds, which is blue. And we're going to do them all one time. Hopefully I can see because I didn't bring my glasses, so I'm over here. And that's been like a recurrent thing these last 2 days. I haven't had my glasses, and I'm like, I can't see anything. And you can't see anything because you don't have your glasses. Then we have our pink, which is for our bills, which are budgeted. So we got bills there, we got bills here, and we got bills here. And I can't figure out what's going on with this point system because it'll be matching. It's always more. I ain't stressing about it. That's their money, not mine. But I figure it's something because some people round, whoever monitors, if it's not a system, some people round up, sometimes they round down. I don't know. Next thing we have is Oh, I didn't skip envelope system. That's the next one we have. Not bills, but here go to envelope system. And we have some transactions. And so these transactions are reflected on the spending record. And we're good with that. And then we have fees. And the reason why I have fees is because the March bill. So this is the amount that the March bill reflects, though we know that's not going to be true because of when I actually, oh, and we got one payment. I might as well highlight that payment because I make payments every week. So what I usually do is when I'm actually budgeting for the next month, whatever is remaining is what I carry over. Unbudgeted. So here we go. So starting from the 11th, we had the cable bill. Then I made the February bill payment of $98.93. Then we went to the car wash and it was $28.84. I purchased something at the car wash and I like it. I love it. I've been looking for a place to put my tissue box, and I've been looking on Amazon at the ones to go in the visor, and then I thought to myself, nope, you want to be like fussing, or you're going to do something weird, or it's gonna fall. It's just gonna do something. So I bought one that actually hangs around the seat, and it comes with a spot where I can put things in. I tried to buy a new sun visor to fit in there, but it didn't work. I had to buy a different one, and we'll see that shortly. Now, the Sally Beauty, this portion of the bill, this actually is for Papa. Papa called me. He wanted to make some changes to his hair routine, and so I purchased the items for him. And then this is my portion of Sally's. This is, remember I told you I went to Target, and then I came back and went to Sally's. Here we go. That's where that's at. And then we went to, I went to this Target is Papa's as well. So some items I had to get out of Target. This is the fee for that. For my credit card, I have insurance on it, and in case I lose my income or have to go out on disability and don't have any money, they will pay. I think they would pay my monthly bill, or they pay the balance, but I think it's the monthly bill amount. So I try to keep it low because, yeah. And then this Pandora purchase is actually unbudgeted. So there has been a recurring theme of me losing gifts that someone purchased me, a particular person. I don't know what is the reason it happens, but it happens, and they actually brought that up to my attention, and I felt so bad because it's not because I don't care for it. It's just that I don't know. So I went ahead and replaced the item, the charm that they purchased me. Those little things, those little suckers cost a lot. Them little suckers cost. So, but I went ahead and replaced it and just chalked it up to the game. Then I had another bill for which was the storage. Now I went ahead and shipped Papa a package. It cost me $16. While I was at the post office, I decided to get a book of stamps because I needed them. And yeah, but it was unbudgeted. It didn't come out of any type of fund. And then this is coming out my sinking fund from Savannah. I bought the sun visor, a new one. And then we had two bills here. So what we need to do, we need to get the breakdown of our transactions in categories to know exactly how much we need to pay. So we're going to start with, and maybe I need to move this over just a little bit. I hope you can still see. And maybe I need to move over a little bit. Oh, y'all stay over here. Y'all stay over there. Okay. So hopefully we can see it, and hopefully they don't wobbles. Okay. So for unbudgeted, we have the Pandora purchase of $47.03. And then we have the $11.60, which is the post office. So that is $58.63. For sinking funds, we have the car wash purchases Copper, Target. I went to the post office and AutoZone. So that's $127.44. Then for the envelope system, we have the 2 Sally purchases and the Target purchase. So that's $36.19. And then for bills, we have $10.86 and $7.48. And because this is the actual, like I'm monitoring this, I always use the actual numbers, the real ones. I don't round up or down because I actually use this to keep track of that. And I don't want to be confused. We have our phone bill, and then we have Hulu. So that's $201.80, and then we have that one fee. And then what I do is, we know that we paid this off, so I'm going to start putting checks there. And we know we paid this. These got paid off, so I put checks there. So the only thing that didn't get paid from week 2 was this. So I just to compare and to just make sure my numbers are correct, I'm going to minus all of this, and it should equal that. And if it don't, then we got a problem. So let me bring it up so y'all can see that. And the problem could be me. Nope. There we go. $67.58. So we know that is correct. So now we can move this over here. And we can sit that there. And then we can talk about today's payment. So even though I am saying I'm making a payment today, they changed the way my billing is for this credit card. So anytime I make a payment after 5 p.m., it reflects the next day. So, but I still put it there so I know when I paid them. So first thing first is bills. We know that we're going to pay those bills, so we don't have to worry about that $201.80. That's going to be a payment. We're going to put PMT, and that's that. The next thing we have is sinking funds. So with the sinking funds in the envelope system, it's actually in one account. So I'm going to just reflect the 2 payments amounts. So it's just for my brain. It's just easier for my brain to know what I'm doing. But when I make the payment, you're going to see it as one. So, and let me do 217. So that is $36.19. That is a payment. That is PMT. And that's that. So for Unbudgeted, I'm not going to make any payments, as well as for the fees I'm not, because that's included in March bills. So I'm not going to worry about that. So let me see exactly what the balance should be after I make all of these payments. And I don't share the balance because, again, it's not going to show up accurately until the payments are processed. I think the available balance update, but that, yeah, I have known discrepancies with that, so I don't show it because it's mind-boggling. So as long as I know these payments are made by viewing my expense tracker, we're good to go. So that's $128.10 that's remaining, and we can verify that by minusing what hasn't been paid. And there we go. So that is how I check in for my budget. Also, it's something that you shouldn't have been seeing. And let me go ahead and highlight this green. Where my green at? Is the, I don't know if I'm going to start back doing, what is it called? Grocery hauls. Because I really don't. It's kind of like me being by myself. It's like, what can I buy? I'm not going to buy a whole bunch of stuff. Only few things I will buy BOGO. So if it's like a BOGO deal and I just need one, I'm just going to purchase the one. But if it's like a good deal, like when I went to Harris Teeter, they had these sausages that I've come to love. And it's like these chicken sausages. And what I actually had did is, because there was buy one get one, I bought two because I was gonna cook one week and then cook one the next week because I like them so much. But then I got sick, and so now I got two. So that's why I say I got food. I got food at the house. Okay. So I need to go ahead and cook that, and we are done. So this is how I check in on my budget. Easy peasy breezy. Nothing to it but to do it. All the jazz. All the jazz. All the jazz. All right, y'all. In the meantime, in between time, let me slide this so we can see a nice good picture. I don't get the best thumbnails, so that's why I don't usually, I create my own, but hopefully we get a good one this time. Peace.